Hello, welcome back to Mancave Moments, a show about life, sports, drink, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about.
Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks. You had your vacation.
We did. We enjoyed a lovely romantic trip, just my wife and I, down to
You can't
the
say
Dominican.
it was a romantic trip. You're there with another couple.
That is true, and we're not, that type of couple.
No.
So
It's not like you're going to go out and buy her a whole bunch of hoity-toity shit for Valentine's Day that's in 2 weeks.
No.
Flowers and some chocolate, maybe a dinner, maybe.
Maybe a chocolate, too. Flowers, definitely.
Yeah.
That's the one thing she asks for.
Yeah.
She gets flowers.
So,
but if we go to a dinner, that kind of leads into what we're going to talk about tonight.
That's why I kind of went that
I'm
way.
impressed. I wouldn't have expected you to do that. So, today's episode is the beginning of the chain versus local debate, restaurant edition.
Okay, so when you say that, are we going to discuss in today's episode, like, chain as a whole, say your Burger Kings, your KFC, your Chick-fil-A's, or are we going to talk, like, regional fast food, or regional chains, I should say, because you got your In-N-Out Burger, not east of the Mississippi quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
They did come out with an announcement recently that they are going into Nashville, I believe. It could be Memphis. I didn't do my due diligence. I should try to look real quick. But we didn't talk about this the other day. You got your Bojangles Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
You got your...
So what I think of chain restaurant is multi-state. Okay, multi-state. Just because In-N-Out Burger is not in Fort Wayne, Indiana, does not mean it's not a chain restaurant.
It's like, I agree with that.
So this is going to be the beginning of a two-part series, our first two-part series. And today we're going to start with the chain.
Yeah, for sure.
And let's see where we go. Let's start talking about the pros, the cons of them. And then we'll get into actually ranking our top 3 chain restaurants.
Right. Well, we went Bud Light today. I'm actually breaking my...
Little BLs.
I'm breaking my my fast. I don't know. It's been a week already, and it's only Wednesday. I need a beer.
I get it.
Well, for you more than me, because you come back from vacation and then you're just you're thrown right back in the mix.
I literally walked into a shit show on Monday, and it's fine. It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
We got over the hump. It's hump day.
Yep, it's hump day.
It's downhill. I got 16 hours of work in me to plug away. Actually, I got another probably half an hour when I get home tonight.
Yeah, I get that.
Logistics life. Gotta love it.
Yeah, keep on trucking.
We still do it. So
we had parent-teacher conferences tonight.
Oh, okay.
Phone starts ringing in the middle of it, and I ignore it, of course, because more important is family, my kids and their education. Yeah. Both children that are in school are doing phenomenal.
That's good.
Really well. Well, then 5 minutes later, she calls back again. She goes, "You didn't answer." And I said, "Yeah, I'm in parent-teacher conference. I have a life outside of work.
Yeah,
got a family to raise." "Oh, hey, we're just gonna. Are you still good for this load tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, I've already sent you driver information, driver phone number, and what time we're going to be there tomorrow. Like, yes, I'm good for the load." Yeah. She goes, "I just want to make sure because nobody told us." I said, "Well, we make our own appointments because that's what I do. I'm full service. I don't rely on other people to make my appointments for me because I want to control that narrative."
Yeah.
Because you can make it at 9:30, but my driver ain't gonna be there till 11. I'm making it 11. Sorry about you. But anyway. Back to this. So I felt like talking about chain restaurants and and deciding what route I wanted to go for the drink time. I'm like, hey, well, Anheuser-Busch, not necessarily a chain, but it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
No matter where you go, outside of Qatar, you can get yourself a Bud Light. Too soon?
No, not at all. No. I
Good.
believe they were serving Bud Zero though. I hear that's tasty.
I heard that a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, once bought Bud Zero thinking it was like their low-calorie beer.
0 calories.
And was sitting on the couch drinking it. Didn't realize it was water until after he watched a commercial for it. I won't name names.
Months later.
I won't name names.
Months later.
I will not name drop on that. But a really, really good friend of mine did that. So.
I bet his name was Pat.
Odds are his name was Pat because I have 2 friends
You have 2 friends named Pat.
And they're both Pat.
And they're your only friends.
Yes.
So, I'm going to go with, what was his name? Pat. What was Pat for his name, Alex? So.
All right. So, yes. They're everywhere.
They are.
You know where they're at.
Yep.
You know their menu. For the most part, every every region of the world has their own like little add-ins for different things on menus.
Yep.
But for the most part, they're everywhere. You can find a McDonald's about every 3 miles in any given city.
I think that's the easiest thing for most people to relate to are the Golden Arches, right? And a lot of things they've pioneered in this space.
I would agree.
But yeah, I mean, we can't go down the interstate. Right. My family has taken several trips to and from Florida, up and down 75. Right?
75, 65, 30 to 75, whichever way you want to go. There's McDonald's.
There's a McDonald's.
I would say going down to Indianapolis, because that's our main route, going down to Indy for a long trip. I don't consider the lake a long trip.
No.
There are probably, I don't know, now there's probably about 30 or 40 exits, give or take.
Okay, yep.
There's probably a McDonald's probably at 75% of those exits.
No, I would say a third. We have a lot of exits that are nothing.
Yeah,
if you start to think about it.
You're right, we do.
But if there is a populated exit, there's probably a McDonald's.
Correct. I think the only one that is the only populated exit that doesn't have one is probably the Gas City exit 59. There's a Burger King right there. There's a Starbucks. There's a KFC.
I think there's a Hardee's.
No, there's no Hardee's at that one.
Okay.
A couple gas stations that have full service. As far as bigger convenience stores, mostly truck driver convenience stores.
Gotcha.
But that surprises me. There isn't one there.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, if you're driving on 69 through Fort Wayne, every exit has a McDonald's. So I would probably say you're probably right. Probably a third to maybe a quarter.
Third.
I'd say between a third and half, somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay. So, and you know what? No matter where we're at, we're going to get the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. And
if I order a Big Mac in Fort Wayne, Indiana, I know it's going to be virtually the same as the Big Mac I order in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, in theory, it's the same ingredients. Whether they put the same amount on it,
that's a person thing.
Yes,
that's a person thing. But the recipe calls for 2 all beef patties, special sauce,
lettuce, cheese, onions, pickles on a sesame seed bun.
Exactly,
and
every time.
Did you know? This should have been my trivia question.
It should have been.
But it's not, because it just came to my head. When I was talking to my mom...
Then I probably wouldn't have known.
No. Well, you should. You could ask your mom, because she could probably give you the same answer. Mm-hmm. When my mom was growing up in the late 60s, early 70s, if you went to a McDonald's and you rattled off the 2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, onion, pickles on a sesame seed bun in less than 5 seconds, they'd give you a free Big Mac.
I did not know that.
Yeah. My mom told me that. And that's how I know that, because
she practiced it so much that
she could rattle it off just like that.
I still remember in high school, my first car was a stick shift. I still remember we had open lunch. I was allowed to leave school and go get lunch. I could drive from Northside High School to the McDonald's on Goshen Road and get a $2.99 Big Mac meal. Mm-hmm. And because we were a student or something, we were able to supersize. For free.
Yeah, I remember, and they are no longer allowed to do supersizes.
Exactly.
I used to love supersizes.
I love supersize. Big Mac meal, supersized with a High C Orange.
Oh, I'm so glad they brought High C Orange back.
It's fantastic.
So, when I was in high school, we did not have open lunch.
Yeah. And your Big Mac meal probably wasn't $2.99.
It was probably $4.99.
It was like $3.15, $3.17 with tax.
I'm going to go a different route. Mm-hmm. So I played baseball in high school.
Yeah.
Our baseball facility was off-site at Shove Park, 10-minute drive, 15 with traffic. Mm-hmm. There's McDonald's on the way.
There's McDonald's right there.
You know what we did? We stopped. We got hamburgers and cheeseburgers.
Okay.
Every Tuesday.
49 cents.
They were 25 and 35 when I was there.
Okay. On Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays only.
Tuesdays only. Yeah.
And every week we would pick an underclassman. So when I was a freshman, I was the underclassman, and I'd get a ride with a senior or junior or senior at the time. I don't remember.
Yep.
And be like, all right, Goose, your turn to buy. I'd have to take $10 in. I'd have to get $10 worth of fucking hamburgers, and then I'd have to take them to practice. Every Tuesday for 4 years. We always made an underclassman do it. We changed it a little bit my senior year and had fun with some of our upperclassmen. Mm-hmm. If you had like a golden sombrero game or a hat trick game, you had to buy.
Okay.
If you made an air, you had to buy things like that. So we just, because at that point we didn't really hang out with the JV squad when I was a senior because for whatever reason our games were opposite each other. So on Mondays and Wednesdays
they played.
We had practice Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay.
You know, so
gotcha.
That's kind of what we did. But I loved it. It was awesome. I loved it. And the onions on the cheeseburger, the diced up onions.
Yep.
So when I order a quarter pounder or something, I say I want the diced up onions instead of the regular onions.
Okay.
So that's personal preference.
Interesting. Did not know that about you.
I'll eat the regular onions.
I like the regular.
I prefer the diced up ones.
Okay.
So
yeah. So, but you know when we did that, we had to either go through drive-through, or we had to go inside.
Yep.
Right. And nowadays, again with these chain restaurants, we got apps.
Let's see. I'm looking at my phone right now.
How many food apps do you have on your phone?
Take a guess.
13.
I'm
not counting DoorDash and Uber Eats.
I don't have those. Those are my wife handles those. I don't do those.
I'm talking like straight up food apps.
Okay, 13. So I just got McDonald's recently. I know you're a huge proponent of that one. And
I don't go there without using it.
I was looking for a Subway one. Or not a Subway one, because there is a Wendy's one. Wendy's doesn't have one, to my knowledge.
If they do, I've never used it.
Well,
I feel like they do.
They might, but the one right around the corner from the house, it's drive-through only. So to me, it doesn't make sense to do that. But anyway, okay. So I've got. What do you consider Starbucks?
I'll count it as a food app.
Okay, Dunkin' Donuts,
food app.
Big B Coffee,
food app.
McAllister's,
food.
Chick-fil-A,
food.
Kroger, Costco, Sam's. I wouldn't consider.
Nope.
And so I just have the 6.
6. Wow.
Yeah, and I use probably. Prior to doing intermittent fasting, I used Starbucks the most. I use it every Friday.
Okay.
Because I'd get a coffee on the way to work.
Okay.
I don't need the Big B app because the Big B I go to doesn't have a drive-through.
Okay.
And you can't order on the app quite yet.
Okay.
But Dunkin' Donuts I do now. Every time we go to McAllister's, I sit at the table, we scan it.
We use the apps.
Chick-fil-A, I do it.
Yep.
And I haven't done the McDonald's one yet.
Okay.
We just don't go to McDonald's all that often.
So the reason I use McDonald's is because there are different deals, coupons, if you will.
Well, you're the 20 nugget king.
You know what? I'm very fortunate that keeps popping up in my feed. It's 20 McNuggets and 2 any size fries. Buy 20 McNuggets, get 2 any size fries for free.
Do you know why you keep getting that? So that's all you order.
I keep using it. That's what my son eats.
I know.
I love nuggets. Like, it was really tough when we get into my rankings to not include the Golden Arches because of the chicken nugget. The chicken nugget in and of itself and hot mustard combo.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the hot mustard combo.
You can't beat it. The combo of the two. The combo
I don't know,
of the
man.
two.
Chick-fil-A.
Their nuggets are better.
Yeah.
But there's not a sauce that they have. They've got good sauces.
Right.
There's not a sauce.
Give me the hot, spicy mustard from McDonald's with the nugs from Chick-fil-A.
Okay, I can live with that.
All day.
All day. But yeah, we use the apps all the time. I mean, my phone's it's not within reach, but I've got McDonald's, Taco Bell, I've got Pizza Hut, Domino's. Where's my third pizza one? I have 3 pizza ones.
Papa John's.
Papa John's.
Okay.
There's 5. Chick-fil-A, McAllister, 6, 7. Starbucks is 8. I know I'm missing some. Popeyes is on there.
Oh man, I haven't had Popeyes in a long time.
Popeyes does some.
I kind of want a crispy or a spicy chicken sandwich.
Oh no, Louisiana tenders, Cajun style, baby.
I haven't had those yet, so I'll have to get into that. It's the same chicken, just without the bread, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: we talk about the chicken sandwich, and that's probably going to have to end up filtering as an episode.
I might have to change my top 3 now,
just as what it is as the chicken sandwich. I don't even use the Popeyes app. Like I don't really Taco Bell and McDonald's are the 2 apps I use. The 2 reasons, obviously, the Chicken McNugget deal for me and my family, and in the Taco Bell app, I use it all the time, and I always have rewards.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of free shit.
Yeah.
Plus, in the Taco Bell app, you can only get the $5 box.
Yeah.
The $5 box for me is a Crunchwrap Supreme, a beefy 5-layer burrito, cheesy Fiesta potatoes, and a drink $5.
All right, I gotta get that app. I'm probably gonna download that here in a minute.
That's cheap as shit.
Because you know that's funny. That's funny that you say that. Because that is my go-to meal at Taco Bell. Is just what you said.
That's and you know what the funniest part for me is? All of them, sans sour cream. No sour cream, baby. No sour
Get
cream
out
on
of
that.
here with that.
But again, $5. I can't get that much food anywhere for $5.
No,
You know?
absolutely not.
And that's again. So we got price at these places.
Oh my god!
right?
You know, I just
And choices.
You just said that, and I was talking with somebody the other day, and we were talking about how much money you spend at TB, and how much food you get for like $8. You get a ton of food, but then one of my other buddies is like, "Oh, I spent $30 at Taco Bell the other day." I said, "What the hell did you bring home for $30?" Or was that?
This is me and my wife. I can take me and my daughter to Taco Bell for $10.
Yes.
My wife can't go to Taco Bell by herself for less than $10.
What is she bringing home?
Who
A
the
whole freaking cow?
No, she gets like 2 things.
What does
She
she
gets
get?
like a power bowl and frickin' like a 27-layer goofy
Oh
chili
my
cheese
God,
burrito
that
thing.
is
I don't know.
Two-
It's
Wow.
again,
I can't.
I don't
do it.
understand it. I don't get it. I just know that anytime my wife is involved in us getting dinner somewhere, it's going to be expensive. I don't know what it is. I can eat what I would consider, for the most part, frugally.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's certain expenditures. You know, I'm not the guy that goes to Jersey Mike's and gets a small fucking sub.
No, you get the
I
gargantuan.
get the big one.
You get the big daddy.
I get the big one,
But
thinking
we
I'm
also-
going to eat it in 2 meals.
But no, you eat it in one.
Yeah, I eat it in one.
And that's why we are the size we are.
Yes. So,
I mean, I have all intents and purposes when I go to and get that huge one.
Yeah.
To get in 2 meals.
Yeah.
But then I eat 3/4 of it.
and you're like, it's just sitting there. It's
No,
staring.
what I do is I just wrap it up and I put it in the fridge.
No.
And then I let it sit in the fridge for 4 days. I'm like, oh, this is gross, and throw it out. So
Okay.
I waste it more than anything.
Okay.
Which pisses me off at the end of the day because I'm always, I remember I got my license in 2000, and I remember going to Wendy's.
Yep.
Give me that 99-cent meal. Give me that 420 meal. Junior bacon cheeseburger, fry, frosty, nugs.
It was a good meal.
$4.20.
Good meal.
$4.20. And then taxes went up, then it became $4.25. And now it's like, for a junior bacon cheeseburger, damn near $3.
I know, but you got to get the $5 biggie bag.
I know. Well,
Junior bacon cheese. I go to double stack though. I'm a double stack guy over the junior bacon cheeseburger.
See, I'm a junior bacon cheeseburger through.
I get it. I'm not hating on the
loyal.
junior bacon. The
I'm
JBC is where it's at.
I'll tell you what. Give me a JBC give me some bacon on the double stack. Woo!
That is phenomenal.
But yeah, the biggie bag is where I tend to order.
And see, what we do is we typically get 2 biggie bags.
Yeah.
And then this is for me and Harrison. I get both the sandwiches.
He gets both the
Harrison
nugs,
gets both the
and then
nugs.
we each get fries.
We each get fries.
And
We
a
each get a drink.
drink. Yeah.
We're good, and then we get a little baby vanilla frosting.
All right. So
Or chocolate.
While we're on the
He's-
pot, before we jump to the cons.
Okay.
Best fountain pop at a restaurant. Who has it?
McDonald's Coke.
Okay.
Not
Do
even
you-
close.
Do you know why it tastes different? I just learned this via TikTok.
They have a
What?
special recipe.
No, same exact recipe.
They don't clean their lines.
Nope, not it. Okay, so you're in the restaurant. Does Coney have the gun for pop?
No.
Okay, so when they have the fountain though.
They're fine.
What does the fountain pop come in?
Bags.
Yep, not a McDonald's.
What does it come in?
Comes in a big stainless steel tube that's 5 feet tall, about 24 inches in diameter. The pop sits in these cylinders
Yeah.
versus a bag. That's what makes it different.
Huh.
I just watched a TikTok
When I
on it.
started at Coney Island,
You only had bottles, right? Bottles and cans?
no, we had the fountain.
Okay.
We had the cylinders of Pepsi.
Okay.
And it was a 2-prong suction hose
okay.
system
Yeah.
that we had on each of those. I think we just had Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and
Probably Dr. Pepper.
I don't even think we had Dr. Pepper. I think we had 2 Pepsis, a Diet Pepsi, a Mountain Dew, and water. We had 5 spigots.
Oh, yeah, 5. That makes sense.
That was
Water.
it. And but they came in. They were probably about 3 feet tall,
Yeah.
6-8 inches in diameter.
So basically, it's like a CO2 container, essentially. Basically, like for paper.
we had a CO2 container.
Yeah.
Yep, and that. So
That's why McDonald's.
That makes.
I thought they had their
everything for them, or just their Coca-Cola?
I think it's just the Coca-Cola. I don't know because they didn't get into all the other flavors.
Okay,
but they walked in the back of the McDonald's and they said, "This is why McDonald's Coke tastes different," and it was in a big canister, big cylinder. Yeah,
I love that.
And because it's the material's different, it affects the pop.
Huh.
Yeah, and the quantity.
Yeah.
In the cylinder is a lot more than the obviously quantity in a bag.
Correct.
Well, I mean, like, because you can tell the difference between canned beer,
bottled beer, tap beer,
and tap beer.
Yep.
Tap beer to me tastes the best, but it also
depends on what I'm drinking.
Well,
a bottle of Bud Light is the best tasting Bud Light.
I'll give you that.
Then a can, then a draft.
For Bud Light, yes.
A draft of Blue Moon tastes better than a bottle or a can of Blue Moon.
Correct. It's all about the container. But let's get back on cons. Okay, my first one is there's no variety as far as or the presentation.
Okay.
Of the food. So you want to say bland, I want to say presentation.
Okay.
Like you'll go to McDonald's and they will slop a Big Mac together. You open the box.
And who knows what it looks like?
Nothing
looks like the commercial.
Well,
ever.
I will never say anything looks like the commercial because it's not even the commercial isn't even food.
I understand that, but it doesn't look anything like.
You're right, but when you put like for instance when they do cereal commercials,
yes,
it's glue with cereal.
Yeah,
like you can't even fathom that because they make it so the bowl's popped up. Well, it's the same thing. They put artificial shit. In the commercial.
I get that.
So,
I get that.
But like, I think it was a Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
It was either a Big Mac or I got the spicy chicken sandwich. Mm-hmm. And there was more sauce on the box than there was in the sandwich. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter if you're eating in or taking it to go. It's the same package.
It's the same.
It's either a tray or in a bag, and the presentation is garbage.
Yeah.
You can kind of say that for a sit-down restaurant like, Chili's or Applebee's.
Mm-hmm.
The presentation, yes, it's going to look better.
It should, but it's still not.
But it's not
nearly
yes.
not what it looks like in the commercials.
Correct. So that would be my biggest negative.
Or even on the menu. The pictures on the menu.
Oh yeah, for sure. That would be my biggest con is like. You want something to go like the fries. Okay, fries are fries. They come in. That's hard to fuck up a fry.
It's not, but it shouldn't be.
But so whenever I go to McDonald's, I always ask for fries with no salt, with the salt packets, because
then they have to be.
They have to be fresh because McDonald's they get
as
the fries,
soon as they
dump
them,
it, and they salt them with that thing.
Yep.
Well, if you ask for them no salt,
they
give them to you fresh. They're crisp, and then you just have the salt on.
Oh.
So that's how you get fresh fries everywhere.
Okay.
McDonald's used to have the best fries. I don't believe they do anymore.
I would say McDonald's is my number 2 for the most part on consistency.
I'm talking just regular.
You know what?
I'm talking just fries, so not your Cajun fries.
Okay.
I was going to
say Five Guys Cajun fries,
all
hands
day
down.
long, every day.
There's nothing close.
But even Five Guys regular fries,
I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan.
Okay. I like Wendy's fries. Wendy's fries are my favorite.
No.
For me. I don't know why. They just are. To me, I think they use a different salt than regular salt. But it's my favorite.
I think McDonald's is the only fry that I can consistently consume straight up.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Right?
I'll give you that.
I don't need ketchup. I don't need anything for McDonald's fries.
Oh, no.
I love the shoestring fries at Steak and Shake, but I'm a cheese sauce guy with those. I love the curly fries at Arby's, but I'm a cheese sauce guy with those.
See, when I go there, I get I only get one thing from there, and it is the chicken bacon Swiss.
Okay, I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, it's a fried chicken sandwich, Swiss cheese and bacon.
That sounds terrible.
It's good. I get the sauce that they put on the chicken sandwich. Mm-hmm. I get that
for the fries.
Oh, like I don't do.
I do
ketchup.
The
I don't do. I'm a barbecue sauce on fries. Like I like McDonald's barbecue sauce on my fries. My kids like McDonald's honey mustard on fries.
Okay.
I like the barbecue sauce.
Okay. So. Yeah, I think that Yeah, I think McDonald's is probably the closest one, but going into that, we get bad fries. Well, why do we get bad fries? Well, man, the service at these chain restaurants, it's never been
this bad.
It's never been 5-star. Let's be honest, it's never been 5-star service.
I would agree.
It's fast food.
It's fast food. You pay
but it's gotten worse.
You pay for it.
And I walk into a McDonald's now, and there's literally one cash register to order. I remember walking into McDonald's, and there's freaking 12 cash registers, and they all had a person. Now there's one cash register, and they don't even staff it unless you stand there and wait for 5 minutes, and then they finally were like, oh, shit, we got to do something.
So the McDonald's that's on Goshen that you used to go to now has computer screens where you walk up and you...
Oh, the one right by Target does too.
Oh, I haven't been in the new one. I haven't been in one in the drive-thru.
That's a new thing. One register, 3 or 4 kiosks.
Do you know why do you know why that is?
I mean, it probably has to do with staffing. It has to do with efficiency and saving money.
So it's more of the wages. So staffing, yes.
Yeah.
Fast food restaurants is a minimum, state minimum salary or hourly, whatever you want to call it, job.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what state minimums are right now.
I have no idea.
These people want $15-20 an hour to run a cash register.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
It doesn't, because you know what that's going to do? That hamburger, that Big Mac, that's $6.99 for the meal is now $25.99.
No shit.
Because these people want $15-20 an hour.
So here's the thing. Fast food restaurants were for teenagers and semi or retired people. When I was a kid, there was the manager, maybe an assistant manager, and then 12 70-year-olds
at any given time
during the day.
Yeah.
And then if you went in at night, there was a manager, assistant manager, and 30 12 and 15-year-olds working, right?
All right, so
that was the staff.
Right, we got to pump the brakes on the staffing.
Okay.
We'll find out here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Pump the brakes on the staffing. Let's get to the next con. Dude, these people are idiots.
Yeah.
Every time I go, I order basically the same thing because that's what I want. I want a junior bacon cheeseburger, no tomato. I need barbecue sauce. What do you think I get in my box?
Junior bacon cheeseburger, extra tomato, no barbecue sauce.
Yep. Is it? Okay, because the screen is right there when you order. Does the screen look correct? Yes, the screen looks correct. Thank you. You get up there.
What I want to
It's not even on the bag!
I've never worked at a fast food restaurant.
I haven't, but I've worked in the food industry. You've worked in the food industry?
We have, and we'll touch on that. I've never worked at a fast food restaurant. My assumption, especially with this digital technology shit, is if I look at the screen and that's what's on the screen, the same shit is on their screen.
Not only is it on their screen, it's on 4 different screens. It's on your order screen that they're typing your order in. It's on the line screen. It's on the packaging screen.
So how hard is it to get it right?
How hard is it to read? This idiot doesn't want tomato. It must be Dale and his dumbass with extra barbecue sauce. Yeah, it is Dale. Dumbass Dale and extra barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
I don't understand how hard it is to just read. Okay. Get it right. Read and get it right. That's all I ask.
Okay, what is worse, that or ordering on Grubhub and them just not bringing 2/3 of your freaking meal?
I don't use those services.
Okay, so Amanda and I use Grubhub once a month. And
once a week?
No. During COVID, we used it a lot, but we only did it for the next segment, which is local, because I like local, and we were trying to support local during COVID and everything. But we ordered steak and shake probably 2 months ago.
Okay.
It was a Friday. The girls wanted milkshakes and French fries. Okay, cool. Amanda and I had a little bit too much sauce that afternoon.
It was Friday.
It was Friday. It was a Friday that we were off. It was during the holiday or something.
Oh, okay.
So Amanda and I started drinking. We couldn't drive anywhere because, we had 3 or 4 drinks. Didn't want to put the kids in the car to go because that's not safe. We're like, all right, we'll Uber Eats it or whatever, DoorDash, whatever platform we use. So I got my food.
Yeah.
The girls got their food. They didn't bring 2 of our milkshakes, and they didn't bring Amanda's food at all.
Wow.
And when you get onto their website to say, hey, look, my order's messed up, instead of saying, oh, cool, we'll make it, send it back, to oh, well, here's your money back. That's it. Nothing else. Just that portion of the order came back to us. who does that fall on? Is that on the Uber Eats guy, or is that on the restaurant? Did the restaurant not put it in? Did the Uber Eats guy not check it? Like it's all one to me.
Being in a restaurant still, it depends. Sometimes it's on the person putting the order in, you. Sometimes it's on the system actually being and translating from what they have on their screen to what actually the restaurant is doing.
Right.
And then sometimes it's on the restaurant not getting it right. And lastly, it's on sometimes on the driver.
Yeah.
For not paying attention to what they're supposed to do.
Most of the time, it's not the recipient.
Correct.
I would say it's probably 10% their fault. 10% of the time, it's their fault.
I would say
and the other 90 goes on to the restaurant.
On everything
else.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're going to forget stuff or not put it in there as the middleman, which is Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever, they should be like, all right, cool, we'll refund you, and here is $5 off your next order, because we might have messed up, they might have messed up.
Because see, here's the thing, right? When you use a service like when you go to the restaurant, if you would have driven to Steak and Shake, you would have pulled off to the side, dug through the bag, everything's there. Oh shit, it's not. I'm gonna go figure out this shit, right? That's what I do.
So no, my wife makes me sit in front of the window.
I pull off to the side.
Amanda will not let. I've pulled off to the side a couple times and our order's been wrong, and then we got to go back in. Amanda says, "No, you open that right in front of this window right now."
Yeah.
So
okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on and why they can't get it right. Like again, I don't feel like it's that complicated to get it right.
I agree.
And then really the last one I think we have down here is the value. Do you really get your money's worth nowadays?
If you buy a value meal, no, I don't believe you do.
Okay.
If you are going off of the biggie bag or the cheaper meal, and then I think you do. That's me, because I can get as much food in the biggie bag as I can in a meal and be just as filled
for half the price.
And just be just as content.
No, I get it. That makes sense to me.
My wife's actually texting me right now.
Oh, is she bringing you food home?
No, because it'll be after 8 by the time she gets home.
Oh, it is after 8.
So
we got a late start tonight.
Yeah.
So, I think that's going to bring us into our rankings. So tonight we're going to rank our top 3 chain restaurants. And again, we're going to define a chain as a restaurant that is operating within multiple states. Okay. Because we do recognize regionality in our country, and no one wants to hear us sit here and say McDonald's, Burger King, and so on. So,
well, none of those are on my list.
No, they're not.
Why don't
you go first? Then?
Yeah. So I'm gonna come in number 3 is Taco Bell.
Okay. The taco smell.
I call it Taco Hell.
Okay. That's usually what you feel like later.
15 minutes in.
15 minutes.
15 minutes out. Taco Bell, I love it because every time in our 20s, during softball season, we'd do whatever we were doing. We'd go to the bars. We'd have fun. It's 11, 12 o'clock at night. You're driving home. What do you get?
What time do you leave the bar?
When I was 22, 23, 24?
Yeah.
Between 1 and 4.
Okay. I get that, yeah. You said 11, 12. I'm like...
But now it's 11, 12, and I need to crawl home and get in bed.
Oh, dude, we're trying to leave at like 10 now. I know. Our age.
But anyway,
all right.
It was a good... Oh, let's go get some tacos.
Yeah.
Quick, easy. Cheap. No longer quick because...
It was quick.
It used to be quick. Now the line is an hour long.
That's true.
So we went... Perfect example is... We were somewhere... Amanda and I went out.
No, you
one night. Picked up the kids from the sitter that we used.
Yep.
At 10 o'clock. We picked them up at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Because we were trying to be respectful of the babysitter.
Makes sense.
She's got a family. Her kids were in town from college. It was Holly who used to watch our girls full time. Amanda orders Taco Bell on the app.
Oh, awesome.
Show up to Taco Bell at the Marketplace of Canterbury. 10:15. Do you think they let us in to get our food? No, we had to sit in the drive-thru. 45 minutes.
And the one thing about Taco Bell is once you get in the drive-thru at a Taco Bell, you ain't getting out of the drive-thru. You're screwed. Unless you're lifted. You got a truck that's lifted.
If I would have had the F-150, my ass would have been up, out, and gone.
Yeah.
And I looked at my wife. I said, I don't want to do this. Threw the car in reverse. Go to turn around. There's already 4 cars behind me. Couldn't do it. I was upset. So that's,
But it's your number 3.
It's my number 3 because it's great drunk food. It's not number 3 because it's good. It's not number 3 because
I like Taco Bell.
I like Taco Bell.
There's moments when
Very
I have
rarely
a craving for nothing more than a crunchy taco from Taco Bell.
Okay, I'll give you that. And it's good.
And you know what? When we flew back from Punta Cana and we went to the airport, you know what I got? Taco Bell.
But if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have sat there for 45 minutes.
That's true.
So, what's your number 3?
My number 3, same thing. Some taco smell. It's cheap and easy, man. Again, I'm trying, really trying hard to cut back on the fast food. At my peak, probably Taco Bell was a once a week thing. Right?
Okay.
At least once a week.
Yeah, now it's probably once a month, maybe twice a week, maybe
twice a month, maybe, once for lunch, I get there's days where I just am so busy that the only thing I can do is order Taco Bell on the app, drive to Taco Bell,
get it,
pick it up, come back and continue working.
It's I'll tell you what,
cheap, easy, and fast.
I prefer Taco Bell when I'm on a road trip. Like if I'm driving to Indy,
okay,
and I want Taco Bell because I can get a Crunchwrap Supreme or a burrito,
and
it's easy to hold and eat.
Taco Bell's fantastic to eat in the car. I
Yes.
just don't like doing it on the road trip because then I'm going to have to experience my 15 minutes of hell at some gas station that's probably less than clean.
Well, that's why if I'm driving to Florida or something, I'm not doing it. But if I'm just going to Indy, I can survive.
Okay.
So,
right.
Number 2 for me, not local to Fort Wayne, not local or not findable right now east of the Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
In-N-Out Burger.
That's so good.
Oh man, it's amazing.
In-N-Out Burger is so good.
Here's the thing. My wife lived in Vegas for about 1.5 years, 2 years, right out of college. She did some SLP work for the school system there. Mm-hmm. First time she went, the line was like an hour long, and people go there and wait an hour. She got a hamburger and French fries. She goes, "This is nothing to write home about. This is terrible." She was talking to one of the locals that she was working with, and they're like, "Did you get an animal style?" And she goes, "What is that?" And it's their version of special sauce.
Okay.
Animal style on the fries, animal style on the burger. Oh, whenever we go to Vegas, the first thing we do, find where the nearest In-N-Out Burger is, and we go.
And get
and we get it. So the very first time I went to Vegas was my birthday in 2021. Amanda's best friend from back here moved out there. First stop we did, we didn't even go to the hotel. In-N-Out Burger.
Really?
Yes. And now they have one on the Strip in Vegas, so we've eaten at that one multiple times because we typically don't have transportation.
That makes sense.
So, In-N-Out Burger. The last time we went for the football game in November, we did not go to In-N-Out Burger. It saddens me.
Really?
Yeah. But when I go back in June this year for my birthday, you better believe In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger. All right.
Yep. What do you got?
My number 2. Again, this is more of a regional.
Yes.
Pizza King.
Oh, love it. Royal Feast.
Royal Feast, no mushroom.
Yeah. Extra sour cream.
Fuck you. I love pizza. I love pizza. I can eat pizza every
meal.
I am not quite Brian Schuler, who works with us when it comes to pizza, but I'm damn close.
He eats pizza, breakfast, lunch, and dinner 4 days a week.
I probably can't do pizza for breakfast.
Oh, cold pizza for breakfast?
Hate cold pizza.
Oh,
hate cold pizza.
You know there used to be a TV show on ESPN called
Cold Pizza?
Yeah. Now it's turned into something else with Mike Greenberg.
Yeah. No, I can't do cold pizza.
I love
Pizza King does operate in 7 states. I didn't realize
that either. I thought it was a Fort Wayne only.
I did too.
Then I saw it in Angola at the lake.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it in southern Michigan. Mm-hmm. I've seen it in northwest Ohio. So yes. Now there's probably 4 or 5 in Fort Wayne now. They're smaller.
Yep.
I consider the New Haven one Fort Wayne. Just to let you know.
Okay.
If I go to a Pizza King, I will only eat at one Pizza King.
Only at Clara's?
Only at Clara's.
See,
2 reasons.
Okay. The swings.
The swings and the phones. Most of them have the phones.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never been to Pizza King that didn't have phones. And I've been in the one in Angola.
Yeah, so have I. But the phone is just cooler when you're on the swing. Because you feel like a kid.
That is
I'm
true.
a 38-year-old.
And Clara's is 2 levels. You got the upstairs where you can look down on the and the big stained glass window. I love Clara's.
I do too.
There's a Pizza King right by us. It's down the street. We do frequent that one a lot. We get carry out, and we actually will go there. As I've gotten older, I don't want to leave my bubble. Yeah. I like my bubble. I know.
It's so hard to get you to go anywhere.
I know.
Like, you know how many times I want to say, Pat, let's go to Mitchell's?
Yeah.
But we can't.
That's too far.
It's too far.
Way too far.
It's too far.
Way too far. So Pizza King, again, the breadsticks, love their breadsticks and cheese sauce.
Yeah.
Love their Royal Feast.
So I was walking by Jordan Vachon at work, and he's got a Pizza King box on his desk, and I said, Royal Feast, and he goes, ain't nothing better.
Yep.
So Pizza King is probably my top 3 for pizza joints overall.
Yeah. I
mean, ever since Dick Freeland died, Pizza Hut, I don't care for their pizza much anymore. You've never liked it. But Mamma Mia's, not a chain, local.
Not a chain,
I love Mamma Mia's. Yep. They might be my favorite.
Hungry
Howie's, I do enjoy their different crusts.
We ate a lot of Hungry Howie's in college because it was
It's
cheap,
not
free.
Great pizza,
no,
but the flavor of the crust is what draws me to that, and that's more of a chain.
That's a chain.
So, but yeah. So my number 1,
we are definitely disagreeing on this.
I don't even think
we're in the same genre.
Here's the thing: I wasn't even. When I thought of this, I thought of my favorite fast food meal.
Okay,
which is the bowl at KFC. Mashed potatoes and gravy, chicken nuggets, corn, and a biscuit.
Cheese.
Yeah. That's my favorite hodgepodge meal.
Have you had Lee's right across the street?
I have had Lee's. I have not had their bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Have you had their bowl?
No, I have not had their bowl.
Okay. They keep advertising it when I drive by for $4.99.
So,
I want to try their bowl because I'll be honest, KFC is complete trash. Except for the bowl.
Yeah, I don't get anything.
There's the bowl. Nothing else there that's not garbage anymore.
Okay, I get the bowl and a stacker.
Their stackers have even gone down.
I don't get it for I get it for the flavor of the Nashville Hot on the chicken.
Okay.
I don't get it because it's chicken. I like the Nashville Hot.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't even know if I can. I shouldn't. That's the only reason I pick KFC because that's my favorite fast food meal.
Okay. I can't fault you for the bowl. The KFC famous
Chick-fil-A and Popeyes outweigh KFC. They're not even the same planet.
No.
But I haven't eaten at Popeyes enough to... I haven't eaten stuff at Popeyes other than their chicken sandwich to really get the full taste. I've had some other stuff at KFC, Lee's. But is Lee's corporate or...
I don't know. See, I don't know if that's chain or if that's a local Fort Wayne thing. I know we have them here. I don't know.
I've never seen it out of Fort Wayne, so that's why I kind of went KFC that way.
That's fine.
But
I'm fine with that.
Chick-fil-A I love. I love Chick-fil-A.
I don't know why that wouldn't be the number 1.
Because the bowl is my favorite fast food, period.
All right.
Because it's... My dad used to make hamburger gravy as a kid.
Okay.
It's mashed potatoes, ground up hamburger, gravy, and cheese.
Okay.
Well, you substitute the beef for the chicken, and it just reminds me of home and a home cooked meal. That's why I like it so much. That's the only thing I get from KFC is the bowl and a stacker.
Okay.
So that's why I went that way. I like where you're at with number 1.
I'm staying in the chicken family.
Yep.
But I'm going south.
Southeast specific.
Southeast specifically. I'm going with Bo's. Bojangles. And it's real simple. Cinnamon biscuits. Need I say more? Cinnamon biscuits.
Do they have cinnamon biscuits all day, every day?
All day,
okay,
every day. They will make them fresh for you if you order them at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because I've done it.
Okay, well, so the only reason I know what Bojangles was prior to you and I talking about Bojangles many a time is I'm a huge ACC basketball guy.
Okay.
And they advertise 100 times per ACC basketball game.
Yeah.
So, Southeast.
So, Bo's chicken sandwich, right up there with Popeyes.
Okay.
Is that good? It's crispy. It's that same crispy, crunchy chicken. Good tenders. I'm a tender guy.
Yeah,
good tenders.
Yes, you are. I'm a tender.
Good sides.
Tender dipper, though. Yeah,
Good
I gotta
sides.
dip my tenders in the mashed potatoes and gravy.
I don't have to do the mashed. I need a sauce.
A sauce?
A sauce.
Are you from Boston?
I could be.
Are you
definitely not from Boston.
Are you from Boston with your
It's
Yankees hat on?
More of a New York thing. Getting a sauce.
Okay, the first time you said it as if you were from Boston, all right?
Okay, so, but sweet tea. I'm a sweet tea.
Oh my god,
I'm a sweet tea guy.
I am,
and they make sweet tea in the South.
Yes,
you can't find a good northern sweet tea. It's hard.
The only time I could find a good northern sweet tea was when my grandma from Florida came up and made sweet tea.
That's good sweet tea. So I'm gonna go Bose as my number.
I like where you're at in there. I love it. I've had Bose once, maybe twice. I think I was at the airport with you when we were going to the DR.
Okay,
but KFC only because of that meal. Everything else, my girls will eat mac and cheese anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to get them something they like there, but I will not stray from the bowl.
No bucket of chicken?
Hell no, dude. I don't even know how long that chicken's been sitting in the roaster.
I don't either.
Probably just as long as the mashed potatoes in the frying pan.
That's true.
But nonetheless.
And who knows what those
did
to that chicken.
Don't.
And you know what? That's going to bring us to this week's episode of What's Grinding Greeny. All right. Hello and welcome to What's Grinding Greeny. Today we're going to talk about poor service. We're covering chain restaurants, and what does that mean? Well, what that means is inflation is crazy. My money doesn't go as far. So when I spend it, I want to get my money's worth, and I want to feel good about it, right? Every time I go to a fast food restaurant or a big chain restaurant, right? It's been the same lately. Some part of my order is either completely wrong or they forgot it, right? What did it do? People who are working at these places just don't give a shit. And once they finally talk to me, if they do, they're assholes. How is this fair, right? Now, I'm not perfect. I can even be a pain in the ass when I'm working at my family's restaurant. But 95% of the time, I'm providing excellent customer service because that's what it's about. I expect that in return. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings, to B-Dubs, right? Around Christmas time, my wife and I, we sat in the bar at a table like we normally do, right? A new to us server, I don't know how long she'd been there, came up, finally greeted us. As soon as she gets there, she sets her beverage down, her personal drink on our table, and then proceeds to bitch about how tired she was. Terrible start for me, right? She spent more time talking to the other employees and the other patrons around than she did worrying about my food or my drink, right? As a server, you control one thing, right? The person's drink. If you fail there, you've failed. People, get it together. You're in the service industry, be better.
Then I would agree with you, 100%. I started waiting tables when I was 18 years old.
I was 15.
Yeah, yes, correct. Coney Island, that's what you do. But you have to remember like 6 things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Not only do you have to remember that, you're not allowed to write your orders down.
Correct.
It's very frowned upon at Coney Island to
It
do
is.
that. That's good service right there.
Mm-hmm.
So when I became a waiter, Applebee's, Chili's, Uno's, those were the 3 corporate places that I worked. Served at Sarah's Family Restaurant,
Okay.
local joint out
Okay.
Southwest. When I first started to learn the menu I'd write down,
Yeah.
but I started to notice that when I would be more paying attention to my pad and paper
Mm-hmm.
than I was engaging with everybody else.
Yep.
So I tried to just remember the order,
Yeah.
like in waiting. And the guy's like, you don't need to write, and then he rattles everybody's order back to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tried to do.
Yeah.
And it worked. I got bigger tips. I got better tips because I was engaging with them. I was talking to them.
Yep.
You know, I'm a standard tipper through and through. 20%.
Okay.
If you really mess up, I'm going to go 15.
Okay.
If you show me that you know what the heck you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go up to 30.
Okay.
That's kind of... And,
Okay.
you know, you can always tell when you're at a restaurant, when you were serving, you can always tell who your patrons are if they're in the industry because they always stack their plates and put them off to the side.
Yep.
So I was at, what's the taco joint downtown?
Hop Sing.
Happy No.
No.
Hop Sing. That's a Mexican or
That's Chinese.
Chinese place.
Over here by us.
And I was the waitress. My wife and I were whatever. We were wrapping up the first course because we had appetizers. Stacked up the plates, moved off to the side, and the waitress. We're either of you in the service industry? And my wife's like, well, I was a cook for Pizza Hut, and I was like, I waited tables and bartended for a long time. After every meal, no matter where I'm at, I gather. And I pick it up and I set it off to the side. Because
my wife and I do the same thing.
My kids are messy kids. I try to clean up as much as possible. I don't get on my hands and knees and clean up the floor.
I don't do that.
But I will kind of corral their food, put it up. And the wait staff respects that.
Yes.
And once they see you start doing it, then they give you extra attention.
Yes.
I don't mind it. It shouldn't be something that's prompted. Like you should just want to do that in general. Give them extra attention.
I agree.
To show them that hey, I value you for being here. You are paying my bills essentially. Thank you for coming in. Now today, it's like you go in and 45 minutes later you see somebody.
Yeah.
You order. I went to Cheddar's here in town with my sister once. I probably just graduated. Sister worked at Sarah's with me, and the waitress brings out a round of drinks for a party.
Yeah.
On a tray, and then tucked a cup up under her armpit, and then served it to us. I was like, no, nope, not flying, nope, absolutely not, no. And like it wasn't. I mean, at least it wasn't in her shirt, her shirt, and at least she didn't have hair popping out. Yeah. But nonetheless, I mean, absolutely not.
No.
So, but yeah, no service. It's got to get better.
It has.
That's why I tend to go to higher end restaurants more as an adult. My club sodas, things like that, because I know that I'm going to get the good service there.
And here's the big thing my wife and I struggle with, and it's mainly her struggle. She is a table person, and you and I have kind of grown to be rail people.
Oh, my wife's a rail person.
Yeah, mine isn't. Mine would prefer if we would go to a restaurant that has a bar that's full service, right? She would prefer to sit at a table than she would to the rail. Yeah. I would prefer to just go up and sit at the rail. Now, we've actually transitioned a little bit at B-dubs depending on who's working.
Right.
No, it's who's serving.
Yeah, okay.
If we see there's a dude up there now, and I don't know his name, he's good, but it took him 4 or 5 times to get good with us.
Right.
Because
you're semi-regulars there.
Semi-regulars. So if we see him and he's in the tables, we'll go to his section. If he's behind the bar, we'll go right up to the rail. Yeah. Like we're just going to ignore
everything.
Unless Hefe's working.
Oh, I haven't seen Hefe in years.
Hefe works Friday nights.
He's my favorite.
If Hefe's working, I'm trying to get in Hefe's section.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Hefe's legit.
I mean, so the way that my wife and I approach it, if it's adults only and it's a restaurant with a bar, I want to sit in the bar every single time. Do I have to sit at the bar? I don't. But
I would prefer to sit at the rail versus just in the bar because, again, service is better. Now, it's better in the bar typically than it is in the dining room.
That's where I'm going. But we go to Club Soda once a month just for... she likes to get the spinach and artichoke dip.
Okay.
I like duck rolls and then a couple martinis or an old-fashioned.
I have not yet to be invited to this said event that my wife and I both would go to because we love martinis and duck egg rolls.
It's downtown. It's a little too far for you.
It's worth it for us on that.
Okay, well, now that I know.
Now, here's the problem. You like to go at Saturday at like fucking 4 o'clock, and I'm working.
That's not my problem. You feel the need to work 6 days a week. That's a you problem.
Some people enjoy that.
I don't.
You barely work 5 days a week.
I barely work 3.
That's true.
But anyway, I prefer to sit at bars because bartenders are gonna talk.
Yes,
and they're probably the most diverse as far as multitasking of any server.
Yes,
because not only are they're making everybody's drinks, they're taking care of you as up there. So
yep.
I'm a rail guy through and through.
Yep.
There's a couple restaurants in town that I refuse to go to unless I'm sitting at the rail.
Makes sense.
Copper Spoon is one of them.
Good for you.
Never had good service sitting outside off the rail.
Very true.
Always have great service on the rail because they always have 4 bartenders. Always. And they don't serve the tables in the bar. They just
tend the bar and serve the rail.
Yep, correct. So, yeah. All right, well, that's going to put me into my segment.
Let's go.
Welcome to Flying High with the Goose, Restaurant Edition. We are talking all sorts of restaurant stuff today. Chains, service levels, whatever, or not. We kind of dipped into the McDonald's, going to the digital screen to do your orders. Here's my problem with today's fast food. yes, everybody wants 12, 15, 20 bucks an hour, so you have to offset that somehow. What angers me is when you are staffing your restaurant and you only have 2 people working, fast food specific, and you have your dining room open and your fast food open, and your drive-thru open. No, absolutely not. If you cannot effectively do both sides, close one off. Perfect example is the Wendy's here on Maple Crest. Couldn't tell you the last time their dining room was open. That's because they can get 4 to 5 people working per day, and instead they want everybody to go through the drive-thru. That eliminates probably 2 or 3 people right there. You don't have to have a front-end guy. You don't have to have a dining room guy. You don't have to have a cleaning guy. I love it. I was at Subway this weekend. Sometimes Subway says no drive-thru, walk-in only. Cool. I'll walk in, no big deal. We get in the drive-thru. Oh, I'll be with you in a minute. Okay. 5 minutes goes by. My wife's like, do you just want to go? I said, nope, we're here. It's going to be the same time if we get the food here, if we leave here and go somewhere else. They're like, all right, can I get your order? My wife gets their order. They're like, all right, it's blah, 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 pull around. My wife's like, I have a second sandwich. They're like, oh, sorry, I thought you only had one. It's going to be another minute. 5 minutes later, they finally get my sandwich around. Like, don't do both if you can't do both. If you only have 2 people working, close one section off. Not that big of a deal. I would have gladly walked in. Not a problem. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with you running both because you want to and you're just too lazy to close off. All you have to do is stick a cone out there, drive through only. Thanks for flying.
I don't understand service. I don't understand staffing. I don't get it. Why we can't get this right. I understand the wage issue, but I think it goes back to, and here's the thing. I watch a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk, right?
You love GV.
I love Gary V. And he does hit the nail on the head. Got it right.
I was waiting for you to mess it up.
He does hit the nail on the head with young people nowadays have options.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with that. My only problem with that, because I agree with him on this, is if you are 13 to 15 and working to develop a way to monetize and brand yourself so that you can end up making $70,000 a year doing TikToks.
Right.
I'm 100% on board with that.
Absolutely.
If I could have done that when I was
we would have done it
younger, I would have
at least tried.
Hands down, I would have given it another. I would have gone to college, but I would have tried to come out of college and do that. That would be more interesting to me than the rigorous 9 to 5 at a desk, right? If you're 13 to 15 and then 15 to 21 sitting on your ass in your mama's basement playing video games, you're a fucking loser. Period. Straight up. Go get a job. Get life skills. And you don't need to make $30 an hour. You need to make $8. You're 18. You're 17. You live at home. You don't need to be driving around in a Bentley, in a Beamer, in a Mercedes. You need a Yugo or a Chevy.
It teaches you life skills at a young age.
It does.
Part of the problem is there's so many rules and regulations for school-age kids to work.
Agreed.
Okay? And I get that. I understand that. The other part of the problem is we have gotten to the point, in America at least, where there are more jobs than people due to the fact that baby boomers are finally at that time.
Yes.
As they, retire and leave us, that opens up tons and tons and tons of jobs.
It does. It does.
And this kind of goes into what my wife and I talk about on the regular. You see nursing homes popping up, boom, 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 all the time.
Yep.
15 years from now, they're going to have to do something with all of them.
Yeah.
Because the baby boomer generation is so large compared to
the rest of the
Gen
generation.
Zs, Xers, Millennials.
Agreed.
I don't even know where we're at now.
Agreed.
So with that being said, there's more jobs at a higher paying level than there ever have been.
Yep.
So these children, more between 18 to 25, are floating into those roles rather than coming into the fast food industry, which, okay, cool. So now the fast food's got to take a shift and kind of go to the digital ordering to cut back on 4 to 5 employees.
Again, I'm fine with it.
But
evolve.
Yes.
Evolve. Don't sacrifice service just because of understaffing.
Correct.
Get gooder, as
part of the
some of the people at work used to say.
I think part of the problem with that is the fact that the management just lets it go because they're worried these kids are going to leave.
Well, there's part of that, but I think it's just the fact that we have so many entitled people now.
That's again.
They think that they don't have to.
Ever since you were able to stop disciplining your children is where it came down to play.
It has.
It's the parents that are, I want to say, the parents that are probably 4 to 5 years older than you to now. Like, they're not disciplining their children. I discipline my children like my parents disciplined me.
I do,
I don't swat or spank. But if they do something wrong, I correct them on the spot, and I take things away from them, and I don't give them back.
Yes.
Whereas today's society, it's go inside, you're done, take the iPad away, 2 hours later, here's your iPad time, I need my time. That doesn't fly. So
Gotcha. No, I agree. So.
All right, well, let's get to our trivia for this week. I think we might be getting long on this episode again.
I think so.
So let's go.
Trivia. When and where did the first Taco Bell open?
When and where did the first Taco Bell open? Dallas, Texas.
No. The first Taco Bell was founded by Glenn Bell in California.
Okay, makes sense.
It opened in Downey, California in 1962.
Okay.
I do have a bonus. When and where did Taco Bell first make it east of the Mississippi?
Got it. When? 89, Louisiana.
68, Springfield, Ohio.
There's 30,000 Springfields in America.
Springfield, Ohio.
I know, but I'm just going off The Simpsons because they're from Springfield, but you don't know which Springfield because there's 19 of them.
Yes, I
know
that.
All right, so mine is, which fast food corporation is not in the food business?
Is not in the food business. I have no idea.
McDonald's.
Because they're in the franchise business.
No, they are not. They're in real estate. So, in order to become a franchisee of McDonald's, you have to rent your property from McDonald's.
Yeah, because isn't it true they have, 2 restaurants that are actually
corporate?
One, there's only a handful.
No, there's one, and it's never open for business.
Okay.
Although it's always got people in it because it's where they train.
Okay.
That's where they train their franchisers.
Oh.
But yeah, it's McDonald's. So McDonald's was originally a fast food restaurant, a singular building.
Correct.
And then it was bought out, and then they got into the real estate game. And they own the property of every McDonald's, and as a franchisee, you have to lease the property from them.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Did not know that.
Yeah. So, all right. Time to do what we're not good at, but we love.
Woohoo! Picks of the week.
All right, let's go. Lock it up.
Lock of the week, English Premier League football. Arsenal over Everton by 2 goals.
Is Arsenal still at the top of the table?
They are towards the top of the table.
Who's number? Don't say it.
I'm pretty sure City's still number 1.
I thought Arsenal had been number 1 for a long, long time this year.
So,
all right, is Everton still in relegation?
Yes, Everton's piss poor this year.
This will be the first time they ever get relegated out of the EPL since its inception.
Is it really?
Yep.
So, yeah. So who do you got for your lock of the week?
Oh, I'm going with my Blue Devils beating North Carolina.
Your Blue Devils.
Duke Blue Devils over the Tar Heels of North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, so we're coming off 2 really good games.
Okay.
Without arguably our best player.
Okay.
He had a little bit of a calf strain, but he's supposed to be good to go.
Okay.
Both teams are down this year. This will be the 7th game that they've played where neither team is ranked. From 58 to 2020, it happened 3 times.
Wow.
And since from 20 till now, this will be the 4th time. So it'll be the 7th game. Yep. All right, what you got? Dark horse. I'm going with the Hoosiers of IU to upset number 1 Purdue this weekend at Assembly Hall. I think the only reason that IU lost last night against the Terps is because they were overlooking them because rivalry week is here.
It's rivalry week. It's at Assembly Hall. IU goes by how they shoot. If IU shoots well, they can beat Purdue.
So
if they're cold from the field, especially from downtown, they'll get waxed by 20 points.
IU, Duke, and North Carolina all have one thing in common year in, year out.
Live by the 3, die by the 3?
No. They play to the level of their competition.
Okay, yes.
When they, for whatever reason...
if they play a shitty team, they play shitty.
And
they play a good team, they elevate.
Yes. So,
okay.
My dark horse of the week...
What's your dark horse?
Wrexham football, Ryan Reynolds, Steve McElhenney's squad going to beat Sheffield United in the FA Cup 4th round replay game.
Wow.
So, for those of you who don't know, probably the majority of the world does, though, they own a English football club.
Mm-hmm.
They're in like the 5th division.
Okay.
They haven't got out of the 5th division in quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually at the top of the table right now. 1 game in hand, up 4 points.
Okay.
So their odds are they'll get promoted to the 4th league. So there goes Premier League, Champions League, League 1, League 2, and then National Football League.
Okay.
They'll be promoted up.
Okay.
So they only take 2 teams. They take the top team from the table, and then teams 2, 3, 4, and 5 play in a 4-team tournament.
Okay.
Whoever wins that 4-team tournament also gets promoted. But they're looking like they're on pace to go up. They say the National League is the hardest league to get out of because there's like 30 teams in the National League.
Okay.
They play 48 games. That's crazy.
So English National League, we've got Wrexham sitting at the 2nd spot of the table.
Who did Nottingham?
Notts County.
Oh, wow, they passed them.
Is 2 games in hand.
Oh, okay, so they must. Oh, okay.
They're 2 games up. So they have 68 points. Wrexham, at 27 games played, to the 29 for Notts, has 65 points.
So, okay, so
yes,
obviously Notts has played 2 games.
So a win and a draw would give them 4 more points. That would put them
ahead.
in first.
Yeah. So okay,
Yes.
so you know what it was? It's because of the FA Cup. Because they didn't get to play on Saturday.
Gotcha.
Because they had the FA Cup where Notts would have played. So
and Arsenal does have a game in hand on Man City, and they're up by 5 points.
Okay.
They are at the top of the table.
How many games do they have left?
They play 40.
There's 20 teams.
Yeah.
So it's 19. So it's 38.
38 games. Okay. Yeah,
they're just past.
Man City's played 20. Yeah, they're just past the halfway.
Okay.
Man City's played 20. Arsenal's played 19. So Arsenal should get the 3 points this weekend. They should end up with 20 games in with an 8-point edge over City.
Yeah.
City struggled a little bit with the wins. Arsenal's had a fantastic year.
They have, and who sucked
year.
bad this year?
The
Fighting Reds, man.
Oh, yeah.
The Liverpool Reds. Yeah. Not a great year. I was talking to...
They're middle of the table. They're not going to relegate.
No,
I would laugh my ass off.
But Liverpool standards...
Oh, Liverpool standards. They're
awful.
Terrible.
So, Harold. You remember Harold?
Yeah.
He texted me a couple days ago, just seeing how I'm doing. And then we were talking about it because he's a massive... You can take your fandom... His fandom for Liverpool is that of mine of Duke and Michigan.
Yes.
That's yours of New York Yankees.
Yes.
He said he stopped watching 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
They were that bad. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, well, hey, you know what? If you like what you see, if you want to help us build this community, please hit the like button, subscribe, smash that bell, get those alerts. We really want to help you out, want to get to know you. Leave some comments in there. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok at Greeny, GreenYN the Goose. And you know what? That's just going to wrap it up for another show.
Thanks for flying with us.